You ready?
There is a connection between the paranormal, UFOs, and the myths of ancient history. The clues are scattered across the landscape from a forbidden past, maybe even in your own backyard. There is a connection between the true nature of our reality, consciousness, and the unexplained. I'm Carl the Crusher. Let's explore the unknown. Welcome back to the Carl the Crusher channel. I am back at Mount Wilson Ranch. I know for you guys, I haven't even left yet, but I've actually been home for a while editing from my last trip up here. And just last night, I actually got some emails and a phone call that there's been some paranormal activity happening in and around the saloon, as well as the sighting of an orb that came down with something that came out of it and seemed to move around in the trees. So I loaded up my investigation equipment, came right back up to Mount Wilson to try and investigate to see what we can find out. If you aren't up to speed with what's been going on up here at the Mount Wilson Ranch, please watch my previous videos and try to catch up. There's so much that has to do with Bob Bigelow, Jacques Vallée, and a lot of the original NIDS team that ended up forming Skinwalker Ranch, staying and sleeping right here in this motel and actually writing in books where they hung out here at the saloon at Mount Wilson. And this was owned by Bob Bigelow and researched before Skinwalker Ranch was even purchased. And they did live and sound and frequency experiments up on Mount Wilson up there, as well as restoring and recovering truckloads of artifacts off the mountain before Bigelow bought the place. There's so much history to explore. Please go watch the previous videos and catch up, because there's a lot that we have to do even just upcoming tonight. And then the owner of the property, Jeff, actually called me on the phone and told me of reports that some people saw a ball of light that came down and some other things, maybe a shadow figure even moving around, and a whole bunch of stuff. Now, I don't know if that occurred in the saloon here behind me or if it happened in one of these other buildings. So I need to try and hook up with Jeff, see if I can find out the details and get started.
I doubt that this is a real radiation
Look at that
sensor.
couch.
It is a real radiation sensor. I'm not lying. I use it to make sure that mine shafts are safe before we go inside. For real. So I got all these guys ghost busting with the equipment right now, because in here their brother actually witnessed something at his property last night. We're going to talk to Austin about that. Okay.
It's fine there.
You say you followed me before?
Yeah, he was.
We're already going.
That's why.
You ever watch podcasts, how they start going before you even sit down? No? Oh, well, you're in one now.
Oh.
So were you guys up here hanging out, or what happened?
We came for the tour here at first earlier in the day. Then later in the day, when we were about gonna go to bed, dogs started absolutely flipping out.
Was there more than one dog up here, or just...
Oh no, back at our property. This
Oh.
is at our property.
Gotcha.
We're only like down the street. But
So you live up here, your family lives like right down the road.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Then when we got there, I was taking photos because there's a deer family that usually stays back in our back of the property. So we were trying to take photos of it, and I got a photo of the entity or whatever you want to call it.
So how did it appear? I want to know like all the details. Were you just like, so the dogs started freaking out and that made you look over that way?
Our lights and our internet stopped working for a while, if that helps at all.
Yeah, definitely. That's like a common thing. So there was the light started, did they flicker out or just like a power outage?
It
Or?
was just a solar light, so it was just decided to flip out, but otherwise.
Weird. So the light flipped on and off, and then so there's some power anomalies, and then the dogs started freaking out. Were they like barking out into the dark?
Staring into the forest.
Really? Did you see anything like approaching or come up in the sky or anything like that at all?
No, we did not.
Really? And then there was just like some movement around, or what did you see, or if anything?
Just branches crunching, otherwise nothing really else.
Really? So when you got with the, did you take any pictures? Were you able to like film it?
We got
or
one
anything?
photo of it.
One photo? Is it?
Then we came back.
Is it cool if I share the photo on the video? If I overlay it, are you cool with that?
I think so.
Okay, cool. Cool. So we'll show the picture on screen right now. For
Then we
everybody
came back
watching.
here.
Yeah, you can talk.
So,
Yeah.
what he didn't mention is he told me we have these cool cameras.
Uh-huh.
He literally was trying to find a deer, so he had it on a scan and was just clicking, clicking all these different photos.
Yeah.
And he ended up catching that. That's what the image ended up coming after all these
That weird
delays.
shape like in the trees. Yeah, that's so weird. And the dogs were barking.
Yeah, and there was a bell, wasn't there, Austin? Or something?
Yeah, there was like a weird bell ringing, except the property is just pure land and a sewage tank. Nothing else.
Was it like a ding, 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 or was it just like a constant, like a tone, like a wah?
It was like a ding, ding, ding.
Ringing bell. Interesting.
We have none of that on our property. And Andrew, that was on one of your videos, doesn't either.
Right. I find it fascinating that you were up here at the ranch doing the tour, and this is a common pattern, and you're not alone with this. And I've had it happen to me, where I visit a place like this. The first time it happened to me, I was in Northern California on a camping trip, and I thought it was a Bigfoot encounter, a Sasquatch, until I went home and then had kind of paranormal stuff happen in my house afterwards and weird things like that. And so it made me rethink maybe what had occurred. And then I've heard so many other people tell similar stories where they come to a place like Mount Wilson Ranch, they go on a tour and they interact, and then sometimes something follows you home.
Yep, then we came back here later in the night and we showed them the photo and they say they think it's a skinwalker.
Could be a skinwalker. Yeah, because Bob Bigelow, they were up here researching this place, was Jacques Vallée, and looking for all of that right up here in the mountains, right in your backyard, before Skinwalker Ranch even. So, and they act like they didn't research this place, but when you dig into the actual journals and stuff, they just kept it secret. So it'll be interesting to see what we find. So you're one of the first people to experience that up here. That's very cool. Thanks for sharing that.
Where's your
You can go.
Did you guys find any ghosts? Any ghost busting occur?
Not yet.
Not yet?
Ooh, look at this fucking scary room. I'm going in.
I let them use all my ghost hunting equipment while we did the interview, so they're having fun. They don't realize they're in an actual, like, known haunted location using real paranormal gear. We are here in the saloon at Mount Wilson Ranch. I just set up the REM pod, getting my paranormal investigating equipment. Everybody's so worried about interrupting. This is just normal filming. It's fine. It's fine. This is all gonna stay in the video. I'm not gonna edit any of this out. Everybody gets nervous. This is all my paranormal gear. I've got a speaker. We're gonna do the same frequency, 1600 hertz, sine wave, to try and make contact. That's exactly what Jacques Vallée did up in the canyon here. And I have radiation detectors, tri-field meter. I have a whole bunch of gear, EMF detector, flew the drone earlier, Dyson goggles, all kinds of stuff. But we have the REM pod over there, and there is rumors of a seance taking place, and so I might go and observe that as well. Okay, so I don't come into these situations with like a plan in place. I don't have a whole bunch of stuff set to do. I just bring my equipment, see what's going on, catch the reports, try to get the interviews, and then follow up on it. Now we have this group of ladies that want to do a seance, but we're already seeing a lot of interesting stuff moving around in the sky. So we're gonna grab the night vision and head out there and do some audio experiments similar to what Jacques Vallée did up in the canyon here nearby.
Everything we were filming in there.
It was working a minute ago. So what is the name? What type of device is this, or what is this program called?
Single light sensor.
A single,
camera.
And it scans everybody here, and then it picks up any entities.
It sends out a laser grid,
Uh-huh.
and it scans the distance, the intensity, your voice. Like this is the voice scan. See, it's still
I see
picking
that.
up the
It's
voice
still working,
scan,
but for some reason the video,
but it's not picking up the video.
it just
feed.
completely died. So I've had a night vision battery die, and a couple of things already not working on me funny. So this is an
But it's
uncommon
not.
thing
It
as well.
can't be the. It's been plugged in all day.
Yeah.
So I think I need to just
Reboot
power
it.
it, repower it. Yeah, reboot it, and see.
I want to see that in action. That
what
looks really
happens.
cool.
Yeah, I wonder if
Oh, it's working now. Okay.
you're using is, see how it's mapping the people,
Yes.
but it's flicking, it's going in and out there. It's got 2 of them mapped. It should map all of them.
Right. So, oh, I see mapping. So the pixels
Yeah.
with the lines going
Yeah,
on.
like the stick figures.
So it hasn't picked the
It-
Jeff and Knick-Knack up
No,
yet. but it's
it should
picked
pick
the-
up all
Oh, there we
of them.
go. So now it's picked
Yeah.
her Knick-Knack up.
And the color is the distance they are from me.
I see. So then if the idea is if something that isn't one of us shows up, it will
Yeah, if
show a
another
figure of a
stick
person or an
figure
entity.
shows up that isn't.
We should
then-
walk around the saloon.
Yeah, we
tonight
should.
and
I want to
shop
go
around.
do that right now before, in case, see? Okay, she's walking away. Something is, I don't know if
Huh.
this is a spirit that's watching.
There's
There, it
something
left.
off to the left there.
It
that
just
was there.
left.
Right.
And let's see if anybody.
I don't even have my flashlight.
Well,
this is what
no.
it looks like to us for real.
Yeah, you can't.
Can't see anything.
You can't see anything.
It's
This
so
is
dark out here.
throwing out a laser grid that's picking up all this information over
Yeah.
here. There, now it's mapping him again. He stayed in room 3.
This is all happening on the fly. So this is the motel room where Bigelow stayed, where he saw the shaman. I'm at the tailgate of my truck right now. I was getting ready to play audio frequencies through my portable speaker. I'm filming with my night vision right now. And before I could even set anything up, from somewhere over here, beyond the motel over here, we hear this sound. It just goes, whoa, like this weird whistle noise. So now we're looking in the sky. Wow, there's something flying. Oh, that's a plane. Okay. We are near Area 51, so now we're just going to try and... Do you think it could have been that? It wasn't that.
Just a wind chime, we're just taking it down to...
Yeah.
We don't hear it.
It definitely wasn't the wind chime because it came from over here. So already kind of weird stuff going on. We're starting to see weird stuff in the sky. So here's what we're going to do. We've got, let me see if I can focus, 1600 hertz on a sine wave. That's what I have been told to do in order to put out a frequency here with a portable speaker just on the back of my truck. I'm going to just have it right here so it can echo and project sound. And now here we go. This tone is going to be a little bit annoying. It's just like a whistling sound, so just bear with it. We're going to do the same thing that Jacques Vallée did from Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the real version, right now. You can hear a jet flying over right now. It is loud. Sorry. We have been doing that audio tone frequency for a little while, and it's a little bit hard to listen to, and so we switched over to Native American flute music. And I just wanted to shout out the artist, although I'm not going to leave this in for copyright reasons, but this is what I use. It's very good. The lighting out here is crazy. Look through this, Jeff. Look at what her device is doing through the night vision. I'm recording right now too, by the way. Look at what our technology does to us in the unseen realm. Do you see that? Like, maybe she stopped. It's like a million dots, right?
It is.
Right?
Oh, none.
Because it totally stopped.
Oh, this is your scanning.
Yeah, the SMS camera.
Oh, okay, that's why you're actually scanning the environment for entities.
Yeah, it maps all you guys, and then it maps anything that isn't you guys.
Oh,
And
I
it's
was
been
catching all the
working.
mapping on the night vision. It looks so crazy.
Yeah,
Night vision.
that's
I
it.
was
But
like,
I
wow.
wonder if there was some kind of feedback from the night vision, but I've never had it just stop like that.
There is
What is that on top of the hill?
that light.
Carol. Where's Carol? Y'all see that? Is that a star?
I think could be.
Just showed up. It just came when we did that.
I have an app on my phone that would tell me if that is a planet or a star, but that is very bright. Last time I was here, I filmed that same thing. Yeah, that's bright. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna get my phone out and check on and see if it's something.
There was something right between him and yeah.
So I have my night vision on now, so I can see this. Plus, if we see any other objects, targets, I can look up and then see, we have the grid of everybody of what it's mapping.
See it just
And if we see any other entities or anything, this is really cool. Look at what it looks like through here real quick, just so you get an idea. See all the dots? Isn't that the laser grid?
See,
Isn't that crazy?
that's what I think.
So as you move
This camera does the same laser grid that this does, and see it just knocked the camera out again.
This is knocking that out
I'm just
somehow.
wondering. I don't know.
I don't know how.
Well,
The
I'm wondering
this
if
infrared is messing that up probably.
I'm wondering if the laser grid that's shooting out is messing up the laser grid.
The sensor on that and black. Oh, okay. So I'll switch over to my phone then, and then we'll just use this in case if we see something. We're figuring all the quirks out.
I mean, 'cause I've never had something this close when I was shooting with this.
Well, now we know. That's so
I mean,
interesting.
if that's it.
We could test it too. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
But I probably have to, because it's just knocking out the laser part. It's not knocking out the voice, the audio.
Yeah, it might be the infrared light off of my camera is disrupting your grid, and then it cancels your camera
But
out.
I saw a laser grid on this camera when I looked through it.
Yeah.
So both of those laser grids are maybe knocking each other out.
I don't know.
Look,
I'll turn it on again.
just
but-
on the other side of them and see if you can see anything.
Okay, well, we're figuring out all of the equipment.
Distance between
It could be,
each other.
yeah, this camera might be putting off a signal, or maybe I am.
Yeah, or you.
I've done that before. Now, Carl and Carol are together.
Yes.
And we have this, what is the device called again?
SLS camera, single light sensor camera.
Okay, the SLS camera. I'll find it online and put a link down below. I know the camera is really grainy, but I actually have a black light right here that we're going to use as a backup in case we have any dark corners so we can see. But we're starting out in the dining room where I was before and had something play with my light batteries last time I was here. So we're going to get started and explore the building and see what we find. I also have a spirit box. We have a REM pod and a lot of stuff. I'm gonna walk around with the black light in here tonight. Okay, here comes the rest of our group.
Turn back on because it cut completely off. I may need to just start the whole computer over again.
We keep, I'm always documenting these kind of anomalies where the equipment failures, the batteries drain, lights flickering on and off, which seems to all be part of it.
And this has never drained on me like this before.
Really?
For as many times as I've used it.
Oh, is that it? We got everyone in here. Okay, here we go.
This one, that one.
Last time we were here, I sat at the end down there and had my camera here, and my flashlight was turning on and off. That's where I sat last time.
Trying to see if there's anything.
You want Kimberly?
There's energies here, but they're not strong enough to come through yet.
You probably need to sit in this one.
I'm just walking around by myself. So down here is the cowboy bathroom. This is the saloon. I think that was a lens flare. Yeah, there it is. See, I'm recreating it right there, that little green thing. Okay. These two mirrors here have strange occurrences where people look into these mirrors. Hi. And then they see stuff moving around behind them. In this bathroom, a lot of really creepy stuff gets seen in this mirror, like that. This is the saloon. They hear knocking up there on that boarded off area. There's like a loft. Whoa. I just saw a weird light. I don't know if I caught that on camera. I don't know. I think I was pointing upstairs, but it looked like a weird light moved around the pillar, like it went around that way, almost like a dot of light. I don't know. Keep my eyes peeled. There has been sightings of apparitions sitting in the chairs up there in the balcony while people are sitting down here and looking in the mirror. So I've never really used a black light in a mirror before, so that is interesting. We'll go back and see if the ladies have this device working yet, because I'm really... Whoa, I just got a weird feeling walking by this bathroom.
I'm headed toward the saloon.
Okay, you got it working?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, let's see. You can see me.
It went black again.
It just died again?
It's got to be something to do
something
with
with my
other
phone
equipment.
or something? Okay.
Maybe other equipment coming close.
That is so crazy.
Yeah. And I've never, you know, I've always just done it with...
Okay, I'm gonna go put all my equipment away, and then I'm just gonna see if when I walk close to you, if I'm doing it.
Yeah, or if it's you, or if it's the equipment. And at least it's recording it, and I can email you what I'm taking if you want to use it. Yeah,
absolutely. That would be
that way
amazing.
you wouldn't have to. But see, it's recording what I'm saying, but not.
The video drops.
Not the video.
Okay, I will go put the camera away.
Let's see if it comes on again. It's going to go 3, 2, 1. In black. It should be on by now.
Yeah, so weird.
Okay, I'm going to turn this off.
Okay, so this is all part of it. This is one of the questions. Is it the equipment failing? Is it part of the phenomenon occurring? Or is it me when I get close to the devices? So I'm going to go put the cameras and everything away, and we're going to check it out. And this is actually capturing the audio and everything.
Yes.
Wow. What was that?
That was maybe the ice machine. Okay.
For real, that sounds like somebody walking. Is
Yeah.
that the ice machine? Let's hold still for a second.
Got chills in here. This is the most haunted room in this whole place,
This
according
place
to
is
me.
Very creepy.
Okay. It's
What if I just walk through the room and you can follow me with the camera?
yeah, I
see
can. I
if that triggers
can. I can
anything?
map you.
If anything follows me.
Yeah, I can tell you if something's approaching you. But we have to go kind of slow because it takes a a few minutes to
so
register.
This can see me pretty clear. Huh?
Just a minute, I'll tell you whenever it's got you mapped. Come on, not yet. It's working on you. I'll get closer. Come on, map Carl. Okay, now it's got you mapped.
Okay.
Okay, now, oh, there is a figure standing right over to your left on that table, like
Right to my
dancing
left?
on the table and pointing at your head. Now it's mapping you and the figure's gone. Spirit on the table. It's back, thank you.
Right here?
Yes, right there on the table. You're standing right behind it, but it's gone now. Oh, no, it's back. It's standing at the front. No, now it's you. It's mapping you. The figure's gone.
If there's someone here, can you knock twice on one of the wooden features of this room and let us know?
It just went black again.
The screen just died.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Let's try it again. I'm going to have to turn it off. This is so rare. This is the first time this has happened to me.
So it's not my equipment. We're starting to have some interesting things happen. So I went ahead and got my phone because I was walking past the kitchen. I thought someone was standing here at the sink right there. And then I walked in the room over here and everybody is accounted for. And then I came back in here and there's no one standing at the sink now. So I don't know. So we're coming back down here to see if this stick figure thing on this other device is actually going to appear again.
Cut off again. Now it's back on. I'm wondering if I didn't charge it up enough, but it's been plugged in all afternoon. So it's not making sense. But at least it's working at the moment.
Here, and I'll turn my room pod on here.
Okay. And I think it's mapping that pole. There is a figure is dancing on top of the counter right there in front of me.
Right here by the REM pod?
It's a little bit more toward me than the REM pod, and I think it, just a minute, I'm going to see if it's...
Right here? Did the screen just die again?
Yes.
Seriously?
Seriously, look at that.
What?
Yeah.
But right there. Okay, if there's anything here, you can touch that antenna on the bar. If there's anyone here in the saloon with Carol and Carl, you can make yourself known to us. We would like to meet you. We're standing a good 10 feet away from that REM pod, so if anything touches that, it will go off.
Nice.
There it goes.
It's going off right now.
If you're touching that antenna, go ahead and put your energy directly on it and let us know that you're here. I put a brand new battery on it as soon as I got it out of the backpack. That light is coming from the far side of the bar. It's beeping on and off. Are you seeing anything?
Not yet. Come on out and dance for us.
I'll walk around here.
Now it's back on the bar right in front of the REM pod, and it's dancing.
If someone is dancing on the bar.
And there's another one. It's not mapping you.
There's another one?
Yes.
It's not.
Oh, wait.
Where's the other one?
It's walking in front of you toward me, and it was taller than you, and it's not mapping you at all. And the other one is still on the bar. Hi, Spirit. Come on down, or walk back down the bar.
Whoa, the REM pod's going off.
Yeah.
Right back there where you're recording it?
Yeah.
So we're getting three different devices all recording this activity. My REM pod is just going bonkers right now.
Now, the Spirit on the bar, oh, there he is. He's back again. He's like up there just dancing, moving his legs with his arms. Now he's back.
Look at the REM pod.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and touch the REM pod and see if it resets.
Okay.
That's different. Is the battery in? Oh my word. What is
There's
going
a
on?
spirit right there. It's mapping you, and then the little spirit showed up.
What?
Now he's back on the bar.
What?
The spirit's back on the bar.
Can you
Close to
please
where the REM
set
pod
the
is.
alarm off, touch the antenna, and give us a more clear sign? Can you knock something
He's
over and
moving
make
his
a sound?
arm. He's moving his left arm up and down like he's trying to do something. And now his legs, he's trying to kick it with his legs. Oh gosh. Or he's either dancing or he's trying to kick the REM pod.
Now the REM pod is really making screaming noises
Yeah, he's
again.
working hard to help us.
Look at that. Can you just sit down on the REM pod and turn all the lights on? I wonder if we got this spirit box or just went and did the actual session to see if we could. Whoa, no, just stop.
Keep trying. He's still trying to get over there, and he's moving very erratically, trying to move it. Come over here and see if you can see. Can you see what's? Oh, you walked up here and it disappeared.
Really? I wonder. Yeah. Wow, weird.
It's because it was right there. Come back.
Can you point the device right at it? Like your camera right at it?
That's what I was doing. He was right over. Let me move.
Like just put him.
I don't
put
wanna
the
hit
ghost
the
right
mirror.
right in the middle. Yeah.
Yeah, I will. Come back. I was trying to get you mapped and the ghost. Come back.
Now when I move here, it starts to go off again.
Is it going off because of you?
I don't know. Okay, I'm going to stop recording with this camera and we'll see if it affects anything.
I'm going to scan and see if I see anybody else. There is a spirit standing right in the center of, like in front of the mirror. But again, he's standing on the top of the bar. But the far bar, not this close one. He's kind of floating in air. Come on, stand up. It's like he's standing on one leg. Now he's on both legs. That's good. Can I see your head? No, don't. Okay, yeah, point. Point at Carl.
The REM pod is screaming now.
Yeah, point at Carl.
Look at that.
You're doing great, thank you.
And you're capturing all of that on your device as well?
Yeah, he's gone. He momentarily disappeared. Can you come back? Come back for us. You're a great dancer, by the way.
This is so crazy. I don't know what's going on. The REM pod's going off. She's capturing it with the device. I mean, look at my REM pod. Look at that. Is that like an error code? I don't even know. Okay, I just zeroed out the temperature. So hopefully we'll see. Not zeroed out. There can't be any weirdness going on.
There's a spirit right over here by this arch, standing right here on the bar. Come back. Now he's walking down the bar.
Towards me. Can you touch the light on the bar again, please? That antenna, and focus your energy on the antenna.
He's disappeared off this now, but there's a lot of energy going around.
Well, I feel like we should go in with the others and see if we can get it to talk to us.
Yeah,
What do you think? What do you say, Carl?
I say great.
Let's try it. We've got a lot of interesting stuff to go through already.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, so I zeroed out the temperature on the REM pod, so we'll see. Maybe I just didn't have it quite set right, but it seems like it was very interesting that it's correlating with her device.
There's another spirit right here. This place, oh, a big one, really strong right here. Can you touch my hand? Whew.
Oh, right there on the bar.
Yeah, right here, like it's sitting on the bar.
Look at
kinda.
my REM pod over there starting to beep again. I just zeroed it out, so I shouldn't be doing that at all. Chirp, chirp, chirp. Maybe pan over there and see if he's
yeah,
back.
that's what I'm doing.
There he is. There he is. There he is. What the heck? What the heck? Carol.
Yeah, I know.
We see you. Oh, he's back in the doorway in the dark
got
corner.
cold chills.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Anomaly detected. It looks like a person, but that's standing in the dark shadows.
Yeah.
Can you come out of the shadow? When I pointed at it,
gone.
he left. Can you please come out of that hallway and touch the light on the counter so we know you're here? We can see you. Anomaly detected. See it? You can come out.
See if it's down here where it's gotten red.
Thank you for touching the REM pod. Look to your right just a little bit. There he is, see?
Yes.
There he is. And the REM pod's going crazy again. What should I? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna walk there. I'm gonna walk
Go
over there.
walk back to him.
Don't stop recording, please.
I won't. I won't. Come on back.
Oh gosh, okay, let's go.
Come on. We want to see you again.
Pod is going. It's just a door.
Now that's Carl at the back. There is the figure just shut up for a minute.
Can you please shut this door? There's no one in there. If there's an entity or someone here in the room with us, can you please give us a sign or shut the door or make a noise? Can you see anything?
Not yet, but I'm moving, so I'm going to settle on the door and see if we can get him to shut the door.
No one's hiding back there.
Show us. Come on. It's... There is a figure back on the bar.
In here with me?
Right here in front. He's standing right here on the corner of the bar. And I know it's not you because you walked through the bar. Now it's mapping you. The figure's disappeared and it's mapping you.
Weird.
Oh, now the figure's back on the bar again. Right here on the corner.
Right here in front of us?
Yeah.
Can you please, I mean, man, the REM pod's going off. I don't know what else to even ask it for, other than some more direct communication.
Okay, can you walk to your left, Spirit, and slam that door? Can you
My
do
REM
that?
pod is beeping more and more. Can you shut that door, please?
I think he's trying, but he's disappeared. I could swear there's one right by my
That
face.
REM pod's driving me nuts. I'm gonna turn it off.
Okay.
Look at it.
The spirit's back. It's like reaching out toward you. You just walked right in front of him and he disappeared. He might be inside you. I don't believe that. But
What?
he disappeared when you walked in front of him. You walked right probably through him. Come on, try to shut the door for Carl.
What is up over there? What's in this door?
I'm going to follow you in there. open the door.
There's nobody in here. It feels intense going in there, I'll tell you that. Should we go join the others and see if we can bring it with us?
Let me turn this off. Turn off the light.
Everyone is assigning their positions and getting ready and in the right intention. We have the night vision camera there, have a spirit box here we can turn on, have a REM pod over there that's been completely quiet. It's been going for about 10 minutes now. Have another night vision over there. And then I'm going to be the only one filming here. So.
I was going to let everybody sit down, and then I was going to sit wherever was left open.
Whatever's left over. We don't know if it will or not. So let me explain table, okay? We call it table tipping. It's an old concept, an old modality to bring in spirit. Okay, so it connects us all. You've seen them sitting, you know, and holding hands at a seance table. We're not going to hold hands. We're going to hold table. And so you can put your hands loosely when we start, like that, or if you get tired, you can do that.
So I keep seeing, I can't see it on the night vision, but I can see what looks like waves of light above everyone's heads above the table. And it's just, I don't know. I'm going to adjust the camera. I heard the tap too.
It sounded hollow, like when you hit it. It felt it was underneath. Anybody?
Well, sometimes it sounds like it comes from the middle of the table, like inside the wood.
So they're here. I can feel them. That's dimensional. Oh, it just jumped down here. Do you think it's sad?
I don't know.
Just
on the table.
Building up the energy.
Yeah.
Energy sort of pops.
I just saw that. Why is that
I
light?
did
I thought that light just
that light's
flows.
coming on.
That light is glowing right above your
Did y'all
head.
see the light glowing?
It's coming on
There's
and then
light
it just
coming
went
through the
off.
window from somewhere.
That's
Yeah.
what I thought.
It just lit up that lamp.
Yeah,
Look at
that light.
Okay, is it the light or is it light coming
Is it
in through the
something
kitchen
outside?
and it's shining on it?
I don't know, it was all the way over there.
It lit up twice.
Carl, do you see anything else?
No, I just leaned out and I can see the light appearing on the wall to the right here, so I just picked up my night vision. It looked like a a triangle of light on the wall.
Yeah, I see that.
I don't know if it was coming through the window here.
So that did light up on its own?
I saw it light up 3 different times.
Yeah. Did the light up completely?
Thank you, Spirit.
I didn't see anything out. There was nothing out the window.
There's no cars, there's nothing outside.
Thank you, Spirit.
That was excellent.
They lit it up 3 times. It dimmed in and went out and dimmed and come
I'm
back
looking
on.
at everyone through the reflection in the glass.
Cold breeze just came through.
I feel it.
It's got that.
Did y'all feel some cold breeze? It's behind
There is a window open behind me here.
Okay. Well, that light, there's no explanation for it,
No,
right?
that light went on. It was glowing.
I cannot see anything in this room.
Something coming through, some light coming through the kitchen that's shining through the light.
They're here. I felt it.
And there was no engine noises.
No, see, that doesn't make any sense because there's not even any blinds on this window to make that shape.
Glow. It was.
I didn't see anything outside.
It was right over there.
Above your head.
Like a triangle shape.
Triangle shape.
What did you see? Yeah.
I saw it was above the cabinet.
It was right over there on the wall.
And it went right through that light right here.
Oh, it knocked again, or something.
But that was your elbow, wasn't it? Did you hit your elbow?
It wasn't.
Jeff?
Nope.
You didn't hit the
It
table?
did it again.
Not near the table.
It made that sound.
Just
Oh, something just knocked in the kitchen behind me.
that.
I just felt it was quite a bit.
Oh, good. They're here. Come on, Spirit. That light was something.
I don't see anything in here.
Those kind of things happen. You really are trying to figure it out, and the whole time you miss the phenomena. That's what I do. It's like I'm looking. But it definitely was a glow. It wasn't.
Oh my gosh, it did.
was lit.
Yeah.
Over there.
Oh my gosh.
What was that? I swear I just saw something move across. Sorry, I was coming up the hall.
Well, we don't know if that was the light or not.
Yeah, we don't know if the...
We thought the light might have been coming back on.
Sorry.
That's okay.
All we could do would be have him come back up the hall exactly like he was doing.
Should I do it again?
My dad's our first time ever doing something like this.
They're doing the seance in there, and I thought I saw something down the hallway here, so I'm going back into the saloon alone. Maybe if I separate from the group, something will happen. I can hear something moving around upstairs. Hello? This is that door we were filming that figure. Nerve-wracking walking around this place. Why is that cracked? Why is this door open? Oh. I didn't touch the button and my light just turned off for half a second. And this door in the balcony is open. Now I'm a long ways away from the group down in the haunted salon alone. Okay. That door doesn't close. That's why it's open. There have been shadow figures seen moving up and down and across this hallway a lot as well. Basically this entire building.
What? I would see it between Carol and Jeff right here.
Yeah, I was seeing like a weird wavy light above the table, like and almost behind Jeff. Yeah. And then, yeah, that was, why would this light start to glow? And then we would see a wedge of light on the wall over there.
Yeah, I didn't, of course, see that wedge of light.
Sure, I
So-
saw it. I just figured it was something glowing from that.
But it was a strange glow in the light.
We would see that light glow on its own, like it would become self-illuminated, and then over there on the wall would be a triangular wedge that would appear.
Yeah, it would come right through here, and it was...
Yeah, we're all trying to discuss the light that we saw, because even when I came and sat at the table over there, we saw it a second time, and it was like this lamp was glowing from the inside out, not a light passing through it. Like
the outside of the top part.
right, it would like glow from the inside, go whoa, and start to light up, and then across there in the room we would see like a wedge of light appear. That was really... We'll have to check that line of sight tomorrow.
Yeah.
But that is definitely the moon, but it is super weird to see it that low in the sky like that. By the way, that bright light that we saw earlier is right there, and that is actually Jupiter. So what we saw coming up over the mountain, every time that we see that coming up over the gap, we know now that it is Jupiter. We also note that this star right here is Mars. That's not a star, that is Mars. And this cluster of stars doesn't even show up on any other formation. That is not stars. What is that? That is like a cluster of something.
That's Mars?
Mars, down below it. Down below the cluster.
Yeah, orange looking one.
Yeah.
Down below the line. Wait.
Oh, you're looking at that. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this
It
is...
looks like diamonds in the sky.
They're all different colors.
Yeah. That's what it does. It's like a diamond in the sky.
I was gonna say.
And they're all blinking.
Yeah. You want to see through this?
Now it is 2 o'clock in the morning, and I get to drive down to the bunk houses to sleep where I had the interesting paranormal experience last time, so that should be interesting. This is going to be my room for the evening. I have no idea what's in here. Oh, it actually looks rather nice. I am back in the saloon now. We had so much weird stuff. It's always interesting filming with other people, especially these ladies that I've never met. I've never done a seance before, never done any of that kind of stuff, so I had no idea what to expect. I just tried to go along with it, be open-minded, film what occurred, see what their approach to the research is, use their equipment, and kind of go along for the ride, as well as do my own thing in the middle of that. And we did see that weird stick figure that seemed to me like it was moving in and out of this doorway and then up onto the bar. But you know, it's really hard to know. You have to be honest with yourself and be like, you know, this place is just full of like windows and shadows, It's made of wood, so there's gonna be popping and creaking and all sorts of like misleading noises, as well as reflections in the mirror and light patterns and double reflections and shadows and things that could make false readings on equipment and make it think that it sees things that it's not. Like it could pick up shadows and all kinds of stuff, and who knows. I'm also open-minded to the idea of the channeling, the seance, trying to do all that kind of stuff. I'm into like remote viewing and other methods of trying to make contact. I'm not like afraid of any of that. I'm just curious about it and wanted to see what other people do. So you guys can let me know what you think, if it's real or not, if it's guessing, or if there's any kind of valid evidence that can be gained from it. But I think it's fascinating to do it with different people and see what they come up with. I'm back. Okay, wait.
Yeah, and you talk about me and Nick getting nervous. Look at you.
You just put me under the gun.
Casually over coffee, Jeff mentions that.
I'm sweating. The coffee's got me hot.
Okay.
Look at the logo.
Okay, everybody take a look at the UN logo.
We're gonna get this online.
There it is. That's the UN logo,
I won't be
everybody.
using this anywhere.
Okay, Jeff, you just said that a Rockefeller came here?
David Rockefeller.
David Rockefeller came here to Mount Wilson Ranch. What
Yeah.
was he doing here? Tell me what happened.
Oh, random stop by. He made contact with us. I didn't answer. Another contact when he was local to the area. And he just made a stop by. His first key statement was, "Did you ever take a look at the UN logo?" I immediately knew where he was going with it, but basically he had to tell me that the UN logo is a depiction of the flat Earth.
Okay.
And he says, once you can get over the idea that's right before you in the logo, then you can move on.
And you wait, you mentioned, I heard the word portal while I was grabbing my camera. So how does portal come into play?
Well, I'll have to throw knick-knack into this as well, but he basically, he was here with his girlfriend, and his girlfriend was a unique person. Yeah. And they were both here to check out the portal.
That's what they said they were here to do, is check out the portal?
Yeah, that was all they were here to do.
Okay. That's
whatever
odd.
that meant, who knows? But I've heard about a portal from some other, well, another person.
Right. Well, and we know from that book right there on the table that, you know, they were up there with Jacques Vallée and those guys with Bigelow in the early days of NIDS. And they were trying to do Close Encounters of the Third Kind stuff up here, right?
That's what it's sounding like.
That's so weird. It just keeps getting weirder.
I got here the day after he left. Maybe it was the day he did leave even.
And we don't have a single picture.
But this guy was wound for sound for
they didn't, you know,
a long time after the Rockefeller
transaction with them. They just came in and left.
That's so bizarre, man. Okay, so your name's what now?
Ron Salterberg.
Ron, and you had an encounter up here or a sighting?
It was 100 miles north of Mike Springs, north of Mount Moriah.
Okay.
It was about 10 o'clock at night, pitch black. Me and my dad were up there by ourselves, so we're, 100 miles from Highway 50. Whatever, Sacramento Pass, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I walk out in the middle of the road from the fire pit to go to the bathroom, and I look up and I see this. It's way up there too, a little tiny object, whatever, but the whole mountain's lit up. And that mountain's 20 miles from me. I mean, the whole thing's lit up. I mean, I'm like, Dad, come here, check this out. He can, we're just like in awe. Like, what is this? I mean, the bright light, the whole mountain. And it's bigger than, Wilson. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, it's gone. But the lights still lit up, the mountain still lit up. And
really?
I timed it with 20 minutes before it completely burned out.
Really?
20 minutes.
Like it had focused some kind of energy onto the hill?
One thing I could figure after thinking about is it was moving so fast that faster than the speed of light. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Because it took 20 minutes for it to completely go out to where it was just normal again. 20 minutes, because I timed it.
Really?
And then my dad looks at me and he's like, well, you can't tell anybody because they're not going to believe you.
Was there any shape to it, or just looked like a ball of light? Or
it was just a tiny little deal with light. I mean, but like I said, it was way up there, though. I mean, it was it was way up in the air.
That's wild.
Yeah, and it went straight north, or not quite north, but that way.
Right. So didn't Bigelow, Jeff, didn't he say, he mentioned to you that he thought there was a base inside Mount Wilson, or like in some other dimension or something, or who knows what, right?
Portal.
Through the portal.
Huh.
Maybe you saw a portal. I don't
know. Knows?
Who knows, right?
Yep. Yeah, it was
pretty
wild.
Pretty wild. Thanks for sharing that, man.
No problem.
You gotta go back to that topic real quick again. Your father did what?
He worked at Area 51. And
so everybody works at Area. Hang on. Okay. I'm gonna move my camera. Okay. So you've done work out there. Your dad worked out there. The guys, the guys that just talked up there, they all worked up there. So what the heck happened to where, okay, you're Adam. Let's introduce everybody to Adam. Adam, what's your involvement up here? So your family lived up here, worked up here?
I've lived up here for the last, coming up on 6 years full time. I'm in and out of home because of my job. Like when I'm home, but when I'm gone for work, I'm not home at all.
Right.
So, lucky enough to live up here now. My dad lived up here for quite a few years, passed away, and now I'm lucky enough to live here. And
so I'm lucky before enough you've taken over the property.
Yeah,
way before.
His dad Shorty was here before me.
Okay.
Yeah, Madam was like a little kid.
Yeah, I was around 10. We've had property here since.
Gotcha.
So
was your dad? Did he encounter? Before I turned the camera on, you mentioned they were seeing stuff in the sky flying over. Was there anything on the ground, or tell me some of that? Or
I would say nothing on that. Like, so my dad worked at Area 51 for a lot of till I was probably 8, 9, and like we deer hunted. I'm a big hunter to this day still. Excuse me. So we would go deer hunt over in an Area 16, which is close to the test site, whole area. And we would, my dad would always talk about stuff, oh, I seen this and this jet. I was really big into jets when I was a kid. And that was also at the time when the stealth fighter and the stealth bomber were coming out, and they were doing all the testing, and they were having all the random sightings and all that kind of stuff. So that's why I say that I was kind of like, because my dad called us one night from a payphone in Warm Springs, Nevada. That was where he stayed. And there had been a plane crash earlier that day, and we seen it on the news. And I remember being a kid, and on the phone, I asked my dad, did you what's going on with the plane crash? I was maybe 6 or 7. Mm-hmm. And just like that, the phone went dead. So
I wonder if I have a friend that did a recovery job working for the site after a crash out here, and I wonder if that was the same incident.
No telling.
And there was actually a UFO Tic Tac sighting that occurred around that crash too. After experimental plane went down, and they were recovering it and trying to secure the area, there was a whole UFO sighting that occurred around that same time.
He used to, because I would ask him all the time as a kid, because it was big on the news. That was, I think, when like George Knapp was really coming into his thing, and we always, we had 8 stations growing up. We didn't have cable yet, so I remember seeing that, and then I remember not necessarily being told not to talk about it, but like it wasn't a big subject. So if there was something weird in the sky, it was always just like, "Yep, drive along,"
Yeah,
because that was where he worked.
Yeah,
and it also told me numerous times that they called it, I don't know, anything you can think of is out there. The whole Disney, they call it Disneyland, all the names, all that stuff. And that
Dreamland, Disneyland. Yeah,
and that was in the late 80s.
Right.
So it was, I don't know, it's really cool now with all the history about it and how much more people are into trying to discover it. I think it's great because I love watching all the history about it.
And nobody knows about this spot and how much it was actually a pivotal location even before like Skinwalker Ranch was even a thing.
Yeah.
Anybody knew about it.
Yeah.
And then even to this day, nobody knows about this ranch.
We're good people at keeping secrets, huh?
I'd like to think so.
So what's the story of you know? Do you know of the shaman or the stories?
I've heard different stories of the shaman. Definitely, yeah. I've heard them from different people. My buddy Doug, who we can call the Bardines. Then when we first came up here, Dave and Donna Bardine were kind of like the caretakers of this place, and we met them, and they brought us up here and showed us and told us about the shaman. And,
yeah,
but I've never seen a spirit or a ghost.
Right.
That I can recall. I mean,
that's a common response I get. Right. Okay, so who are we going to be calling on the phone here?
Doug. Doug is his name.
Doug Shear, right? Secret stuff or testing stuff, whatever they're doing, way up into Utah now. That's up there, I think, near Green River or Green, Utah or something, somewhere's up in that area. Although there's still activity going on at in Area 51, but you know what they're testing. I've heard they're testing a nuclear aircraft now, and the way you can see that is they call it donuts on a rope, because what it is like you know, entrails and then the trails, and then it'd be a circle and it'd be connected, and another circle, and they're saying that could be you know, like nuclear. And well, you can you know, nuclear powered things have been around for all the aircraft carriers now are you know, in submarines they've always been powered with nukes, and that's pretty common knowledge. But you could just imagine if they were testing
an airplane,
a nuclear aircraft,
you wouldn't have to land.
Yeah, and the American public would just go nuts. I mean, it's one thing doing it in the sea, which is, I guess, bad enough if you think of it that way, but doing it in the sky, if one of those planes crashed in the middle of wherever, you know, a city or something like that, that could be. But I also hear they're testing a thing called a stealth helicopter. Now, exactly what I envision, you know, like what would look like a stealth fighter or bomber, but I hear they're testing that too. So it's still a lot of activity going on out there at 51.
Sounds like that could definitely get stealth helicopter could easily get confused for a UFO. It sounds like
there's been some people up there that have seen things, and yeah, there's an Indian shaman spirit that they say. Well, that came about when they were going to do the MX missiles. Now, I've been up there a long time. I've had property up there for over 45 years, in a cabin for over 30. So I've been up there quite a long time and heard different stories. But there was back in the early 80s when they during the actually before the Reagan administration, but he was real big into doing what they called the MX missile, and that's been around since about that certain missile's been around since the 70s, and they were experimenting with it, but Reagan was really into it, so he became president, I think, in 1981 or 1980, and so he really was pushing for it, the MX missile. Some people were calling it Star Wars, and what it was, they were going to have these missiles all around the West in particular that were either underground or on railroad tracks, so they could be moved all around so the Russians couldn't send the spy planes up and see where they were at. And so he was real big into that. So when he became president, he pushed forward with it. And they were talking about having some MX missile site up there in Lincoln County and up at Mount Wilson. So before they could do any of that, they sent out some archaeologists to make sure that if they were going to put that in there, that it wouldn't be a sensitive area for archaeology for Indians, or they didn't want to be building MX missile sites right on Indian graves or whatnot. So they sent a team out. I think it was from Cal State, either Northridge or Long Beach. I'm not sure, but it was California University. He went out with, came up to the, up there to the ranch, and he had a bunch of students with him, and they were going to do a, you know, what do they call it, where they're doing a archaeological site, not necessarily a dig, but see if it was sensitive with archaeological sites. So they went up, and they went up. Jeff and Adam know that you go like you're going up to the Devlin cabin, and as you're going up there, there's a off to the left before you hit that first set of Quakies up there. Off to the left, there's some real high cliffs, way up there, and they went up there, and they came back with, you know, all kinds of artifacts, you know, parts of basketry, and I heard a cradle board and moccasins, and those cliffs up there were where Indian habitation was up there, and so they came back with a bunch of that stuff. And so the professor was staying. I don't know who was in possession of the ranch back then. It might have been a church group, but he was staying at a trailer that was up above the ranch. I think it was green and white or blue and white. I'm not sure if it was a double wide or a single wide. It was up there on the ranch property, but back a little ways. It's since blown down, and there's still the remnants of it still up there. And he was staying up there, and he came out of the trailer one time, and he opened the door, and here, standing right in front of him, was an apparition, and he could tell by the way it was an Indian. His facial structure was, his dress, his adornments that he had on. Yeah, he figured him to be about 600 years old, and I think it was Shoshone. He said that his ancestry was, and it just looked at him. He looked at him, and it just kind of turned around and just walked off and just evaporated. It was gone. It was gone. And he said from the stuff that he had on, he could easily have been a shaman. And he said it was a malevolent spirit. It wasn't there to do harm. And that spirit has been seen by various peoples up there over the last 40 years or whatever it's been. And I haven't seen it, but I've heard of other people seeing it and having those kind of experiences with that apparition. Now, one of the gals that was up there lived up there for quite a long time. Her and her husband, Dave and Donna Bardeen, I'm sure Jeff and Adam know who they were. She was kind of into it, and she was driving around one time, her and her girlfriend, who was, I think, half Paiute Indian. They're on their quads and just, trail riding around. And they were going on the road. Okay, if you're going out the Mount Wilson Road, there's a little road that cuts kind of off and goes to the airport there. And then that road kind of snakes around and hooks onto the main road. There used to be a dump back there, and there used to be a small little trailer that sat right there on that little connector road. And so they're on that little connector road, going back to the main road and cutting back to their where their house was up there at Mount Wilson. They lived up there. Again, Adam and Jeff know which house I'm talking about. And so they're going through there, and they both get through, and they get onto the main road. And Donna said, "Oh, did you go through that?" And she said, well, yeah. She said, but Donna says, it kind of felt like a spider web. And if you've driven around up there on quads, you'll go through a spider web where a spider is strung a string from one tree to another tree, and you go through it across the road, and you go through it, and you can feel it. And her friend said, no, that's not what that was. She called it a psychic web. She said, I felt it when we went through it.
Whoa, dude! I just got the weirdest feeling right here. Something just moved.
So when I walked through, I didn't want to say nothing, but I got
What
chills
the
on me. I felt like I had
dude, something just moved through here, man.
Cobwebs came across. That's why I stopped right here.
No, right. I felt that something moved right here in the corner.
Something
right here. I may have even got the audio of that on camera. I literally turned because I thought that maybe you were like hiding there playing a joke on me. Dude, okay. Wow, dude. Okay, that was crazy. An entire rush of energy went up through my body, and all the hair on the back of my neck just stood up like something was coming up behind me. Whoa, dude.
I don't know exactly what they were talking about.
Is this the bed where the apparition appeared?
I'm not sure. I'm just like... I mean, it was...
Ew, I just gotta go through my face right there. What the... What is going on in this place? Something just went through my body right there. Through my face. Hello?
So when they got back to their Donna's house, she had some sage and was burning sage and chanting some prayers in I think it was Paiute language. And so there's been sightings of that shaman before, and several people have described him about the same way, you know, the manner of dress and where his hair was and whatnot. So, that's the Indian spirit that we hear is up there, and it was credible through, you know, that professor saying, you know, that he saw it, he was able to identify it.
Yeah.
So that put a little bit of credence to the story. And like I said, I can't remember when that was. Well, they had to be back in the early 80s. And some people are saying, well, when they went up there and took those artifacts and, you know, they cataloged them and everything, they weren't...
Okay, you have all these artifacts in the hallways. I've been walking along, filming them and all that stuff. And you show me this big, unusual wrench. And I'm curious if anybody has any idea, because I've never seen anything like this before, what kind of mining implement this, or what it would be used for. And you're saying you just found this in the dirt?
Yeah, side of a mountain. You can see those threads just sticking out of the dirt.
Right. Get the focus here. There we go. And so what in the world? It's like, I can't even imagine. It looks like this was the handle used to like twist or something.
Yeah, there's definitely a twist on it.
But it seems so big and heavy, like that you would clamp something on here to twist it or something.
Yeah, like what would this be doing out in...
And it's also like almost like a hammer. It almost seems feathered, like it's been used as a hammer.
Oh, it definitely has been.
Right? So it's like a big pipe, like a primitive version of a monkey wrench almost of some kind, but it's like has the weirdest handle with that taper at the end. And then you found this hammered chain as well. It is so crazy. And then my camera is focusing on the background instead of the chain. There we go. Yeah, look at that. It's all like somebody like hand forged this chain. So how old would that be?
That's a question.
Right.
You know,
right.
One of your viewers.
Yeah, how old is that chain, right?
Who made this?
I'll send you the video links that he's... Yeah.
Where's Jeff, and why did Jeff not tell me he has a giant basket of flakes and arrowheads?
That's just savings. That's just things I get from the walls.
Is this stuff that you've all just found here on the property?
Yes.
And you just have it in this basket? Are you kidding me?
This stuff's all over.
Let me psychometrize that.
These are...
I remember Dan lived here. He had some cool ones. He didn't have a lot like that, but he had some really
this is
cool little
signs of flaking and habitation.
perfect
Yeah.
arrowheads.
I got
Wow.
You can handle a lot.
Whose collection?
One Dan.
That's pottery, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
This looks like...
This is a piece of ancient pottery. This is the top rim of a bowl, of a pot.
Mm-hmm. It sure is.
Okay.
Is that
so
ancient or?
I mean, it's at least 300 years old. Yeah, I'm really curious to go down through your little basket here. Let's go in on the table. What in the world? Goodness. I've been digging through this little basket of flakes and chips and actually uncovered real pottery. So this is very similar to what I find. This glass top table is giving me troubles here, guys. Sorry, but look at this pottery in the basket. And Jeff, you're saying you found this here at Mount Wilson. Look at this. This is like the rim of a bowl or a pot. There's one here that has, you can see where they use the grass to form the pottery. See if I can find that piece. This one here. You can see the little scrapes right there by my thumb. But yeah, all just pottery that you found on hikes walking around here on the property of the ranch.
Yes.
Wow, whole basket. Okay, so if we can go to where these were found, we might be able to find a lot more, everything from like other carvings to artifacts to cave entrances, you name it.
Yeah, I left a lot of those pieces right at the spots.
We'll have to go check it out.
This is where, again, this is why it's a wonderful feature to have still.
What do you got here? This show and tell time.
Oh, we have a nice old-fashioned.
Oh, no way. It's an old Disney with Pluto. Let's go out on the bar.
Let's do it.
Let's go here. It's got an old record player. Now we're waiting for everybody else, but you have an old Disney record player?
Yeah, this is my
And it actually holds some mysterious secrets.
Well, Pluto is on the cover.
Right.
And this is Doghouse. It's Disney.
Right.
Our favorite, best Disney.
Warner Von Braun era Disney.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And on the record player itself.
There it is. We're going for the bone. Wait for it. Wait for it. It gets interesting. What is the record?
It is the Apollo 11
lunar landing. So you've got Warner Von Braun from Project Paperclip coming over, forming NASA, and then instantly partnering up with a good old Walt Disney. And
General Electric.
Maybe Stanley Kubrick as well, potentially. And we've got them putting out the lunar landing.
When man made it to the moon.
So is that like, does this record, if you listen to it, does it reveal anything interesting? Like that doesn't line up with the current story? Like what if there's a Mandela effect that's caught in this record? Or what if there's something revealed in the recording? Like,
how about we're gonna just play it and we'll
find out?
Yeah.
Okay, that'd be awesome. That'd be so cool.
We will. We will have the dog bone on the record, clean it up, and we're gonna make a run of it and have some fun.
Let's do it. That'd be awesome.
See what they were up to.
Like, yeah, what they officially put out there, and they wanted kids around the world sitting there listening to this. And
from the time their brains could think.
Their official story of how we went to the moon.
I was so into this. This was the best.
That is so cool, dude, that you have that. That is so cool.
I was just doing it to him. I was going, oh.
Made in the USA. Cinema sound. Narrator Peter Thomas. Okay. Yeah, the Apollo 11 lunar landing. So crazy. The official story that they wanted every little child's brain to believe that loved Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse. That's so weird. So we're not gonna actually play the record today. It has been played before and it does have the actual recording on it, but we have to do it very carefully and restore it. I don't even think there's a needle on the record player. So that is to be done in the future. We're gonna have to get that out, as well as the Masonic ritual sword or ceremonial sword that can be unsheathed that will determine maybe who the owner was if there is a name on the blade. We'll have to find that out too. I can't, how heavy this is so much heavier than you would think. The glass is so thick. And this was found up by the abandoned mines. And look at the bottom. Look at that. It's like, how far in, stick your finger in there, how far in does that go, Jeff? Why? Like, what would that have been used for? Is there like I don't know, somebody that knows history, please tell us how old this cool green bottle is and what it would have been used for. Look at the top. It's not like threaded or anything. That is cool, man.
Right?
So cool.
See that there's an entire top surface removed from it and it's flat.
Okay, we're sitting here. We've been wearing the Daisainen goggles looking up at Mount Wilson and up there, and Jeff starts telling me all this craziness, and now we have to go up there to the top of the mountain next time we come. Maybe when James and Chris come, we could do the mines and do that. We could like expand the search out or something, but you guys got to hear this.
Tower's up there. It could be flattened off or whoever knows what other reason.
We're talking about this mountain peak right up here. Look at that radio tower on top. So when I come back next time, I'll bring my big Celestron scope and we can zoom way in on this thing. But see how it's flattened off up there? And then there's a tower, and then right in the middle of the screen is another building. So you're saying this whole range is basically like leveled off up there?
Mainly Mount Wilson. I mean, as you can see on the front of that one,
yeah,
they've been planing that one off and pushing off the front edge and making it bigger and bigger.
Yes.
Over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that whole thing up there.
They just did that. They made that one a lot bigger. Is 1 or 2 summers ago.
Yeah, they're just like.
But then they claim that it's defunct and it's not used for anything.
That one. So that one there would be a repeater. That's where I believe like our internet comes from. Verizon comes from there, I would assume too.
It's either there. There's one tower back behind.
Okay, so but that's Mount Wilson.
Oh, okay.
And on the top of that mountain, 9,313 feet tall. The entire mountain is shaved off.
It's just leveled off.
Leveled off. Smooth. No peak to it whatsoever. As smooth as a mountain top could get is what it is.
And then when you go up there, you can feel like there's something still turned on and active inside the mountain.
Oh yeah, apparently it's a Vortac tower. That's what we've been told.
There's a power cable like that big around that runs up the face of the mountain. That's why there's the road that goes up the mountain.
That's why we have power here at the ranch.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah. Yeah. Originally that was a share.
Gotcha.
Malloy Springs, 2 miles up the road, and they're only like a mile off the highway, maybe 2 miles. They don't have electricity.
So what is all that doing up there on top of the mountain, and why would that be the same spot where they were doing all that research? Like,
good question.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
You know what he knows, right?
Man.
Maybe they need all that electricity for the research they were doing.
For the
so the mountain is pulsing right now. Completely. When you go up there and you see this tower and the structures that all face around the tower, the entire surface of the mountain up there is pulsating.
Really?
Energy, electric, something.
So yeah, we need to make
like you said, a huge power line, pulsating something. Who knows?
We take the sensors up there and check it out and see what kind of readings we get if it's all still going.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And then once again, another flattened mountain coming. So what's happening here?
What are they doing? Yeah.
With a big V in between.
Yeah, all of this too. That. There you can see the way the lighting is hitting the top of the mountain right there. So there's the radio tower over there to the right. But look at that, how it's completely leveled off, like there's an installation up there or something.
We were talking of arrowheads and spears and things, and I says, "Oh, Carl, I just found one, not too long ago, and I've just sat down in this spot. I never sat down in nice piece, sharp." And again, this now all coordinates with what he just said, the shaman out the front.
Yeah.
I was speaking of Donna Bardine walking back forth to work, and she always walked through the chip zone, the whole zone. She always told me that was the spot. And then now, that's the first sighting of the shaman. How funny.
So yeah, so Jeff and I were just walking up there where there's all these flakes and chips and things like that from people, and you're saying that shaman was first sighted up there?
That's
like near that
in
site?
Your interview with...
Yeah, Doug Shear even confirms the first sighting of the shaman.
Where the professor came out of that house.
Out of that trailer or whatever it was
was that?
That's funny. So that just all got put together right now as we're
Let's
shooting
roll
the
up
crap.
there. I ain't scared.
So that's some sort of a
Either that or
zone.
Wait for your buddy to come back with the pot,
Oh,
and
he
we'll
ain't
check
gonna
that
be
out, right?
He ain't gonna
He ain't
be
coming back.
I bet not. You guys want to make bets?
He's afraid now, Carl.
We have a whole piece of pottery coming
He's got
back.
just a little bit of ADD, and I'll
So
have to call
posable.
him, and I'll have
It
to
ain't
go
gonna
get
be
him. Because it's like, he almost veered off from here, coming
He's
here.
probably petting the goats right now.
All right, let's go see where the shaman was
So I
then.
got one.
I forgot about her. Because, well, when she brought up the mountain lion, it all...
That was when
Disintegrated by
basically
now.
when Tana
Yeah, but...
and Jim Hughes.
So this lady started talking about she could see
Jim
a mountain
Hughes.
lion, because we did a whole seance last night here.
Okay.
And I sat right next to her, dude. This was some wild stuff. It was really cool. But she's like, oh my God, I see a mountain lion. And then it got quiet, and I'm like, dude, she's seeing the mountain lion statue that used to be out up by the pond.
And it still was intact when I used to come up here. Now it's all degraded. I don't even know if it's
There's
still there.
just pieces and
Is there
shards of
pieces?
it around
Yeah.
there.
So this, oh sorry, go ahead.
There were some eyes that they put in it. I mean, it was a spectacular little piece, and it was always fun to take people up and walk,
Tease
you know,
people.
up to it. Yeah, and say, oh, see the mountain lion up there. Let's go walk to it.
How did this statue get put up there? Do you know
what I
the
don't
origin,
know.
or was it like a Spanish or an old Native?
Unknown.
Does nobody really know?
Unknown. Someone...
Is
I
it
mean,
still
was
there?
definitely- No, it's not there.
It's
no more.
man-made. It was
Just
created
little pieces.
way later than all the other stuff that's here.
Really?
Someone did it just as an icon to...
Probably in the 60s,
Jerry Hughes was
70s
the
or
one that
something.
I definitely know was associated with it because he's the one that
He's the
we heard
mountain
some
lion.
stories.
But it
Well, we heard
probably
some
would've
stories
been in
from
the
people
80s.
30, 40 years ago that had heard about the mountain lion, saw it back in the day, and then the story comes back to life here. They're
Then
like,
you-
holy crap,
you
this
know
is
who
the
might
place.
know then.
So Jeff and I were just up the hill looking, and we found a whole bunch of little flakes and everything. There's like arrowhead chips and all that kind of stuff. And anyway, so we got talking, some friends came over, and apparently there's a whole pot that has washed down a creek here, and he's bringing it.
I could get that pot at Walmart.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that doesn't
That's
look
a
very
Walmart.
old.
That's a Walmart. Clark. Hey, you can get that at Kellyanne Hardware store, Joe.
Something like one.
That's part of it.
Oh
No,
yeah?
this is all my dad's artifacts, and I'll tell you what.
How they would grind their food.
He
with
would
those
be
stones.
well. These probably 22 bullets ain't probably power them, but
Look at
you
all
can
this
have all
pottery.
this and donate it to your cause.
Wait, what? No, you don't
I
have to
will
give.
donate. No.
No, seriously, I just barely met you.
No.
Look at this.
You can have it.
Look at this.
My dad would be proud he went somewhere.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Going to the collection.
I'm gonna put this all in glass cases, man.
No, this
Are
is
you
the stuff
serious?
my dad's collected since 1986 to 2016.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we have to now.
Is there?
open this up.
I would love to when I come back sometime have you show me where some of this was found on at your place. That would just
Take you there here right now.
that'd be amazing. This is so cool, man.
This is all yours.
Wow.
Donate it to your
Thank you.
cause.
Oh my gosh.
Donate that to your 22 cause.
Oh my gosh. This is wow, look at that.
But no, Lee took the pot, dude. She took my dad's.
Somebody stole your pot?
I noticed my dad's.
His
Lion
almost
magazine,
intact,
that,
full
Stan Fair sign.
Pot that was like this.
Personally?
Yes.
Wow. Look at all this
Yes,
pottery.
On a dumpster. You'll lose it down here.
My word, yeah, I don't want to lose it. This is crazy. I have to gonna put this out on a towel. What is that?
Foundation. Foundation.
Oh, what is that usually? There's a whole button. This is like a. This is like a button off of the uniform.
You saw it down there in the window.
It could have just got tossed in there too at some point.
That's not too good.
Part of the mystery.
That's it.
But
That's
you know
pottery.
anything about this old button, Clark?
Pottery. This button with the eagle.
You know anything?
Whorehouse.
Oh, what? What?
Oh, you know.
That was a mistake.
No, you gotta
got
say it.
Ah!
You gotta say it.
The hooker house. The hooker house.
This was?
It might be.
No,
There ain't no
there's
telling.
an eagle on it.
It's like a button from a jacket or
yeah.
something.
I couldn't tell you, dude. You can have it too.
I love what your first guess was, though.
Well, because my dad collected
$1.
like
You
this.
got $1.
My dad had a bunch of coins like this, and that's what they was for.
If there's a Chuck E. Cheese coin in that can, I'm gonna freak out.
Probably will be. If it is, it's worth money, right?
That was awesome.
Not Chuck E. Cheese.
My kids would freak out if there was.
Or something he found.
Right there. So, part of an arrowhead.
Look at that.
Actually, I just found one about a week ago where we had done all the digging and stuff. When it rained. Too bad you don't have YouTube anymore. Yeah, you want to come over and visit you. Oh. We're going to hang out on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That's a good one.
But you can have all this stuff, dude.
Are you kidding me?
As long as you can make him a star.
I know. There you go.
Yeah, exactly.
So actually, wait. That's validation.
I like your style.
Right?
I like
this
your
is.
style.
I just exactly.
We can't talk about this.
We haven't even got into this one yet.
Yes.
Look, I'm sitting here.
I'm waiting for it to cool off.
Yeah, this is
cool off. Another piece of pottery.
I just won't take my pack.
And here, I don't know. This is some kind of rock we just
Yeah, that's
looked
from
at.
up here. That's just started.
Right here, we don't know what the heck that is. It looks like somebody's ear from a dwarf.
Yeah.
You're finding that stuff on Squaw.
So this, just take note of this. Look at it into the sun.
Oh yeah. Oh no, there's a big old pile of it.
Yeah.
I think that's
Okay, so I'm just going to take this out here and film it because this is significant to some other artifacts that have been found.
So this is
We're not ready to. Look at this pattern.
I don't know.
It's not.
Okay, remember that because this is relevant later.
All of it's actually
with them then when they came?
Yeah.
This is significant. He found this on his property, and some of the stuff that we found here on this property that looks like this is unreal. And we, to the point that we thought it was fake, because we couldn't find any more stone like this here. But there it is.
Here.
Yo, drill hole. Yo,
Thank
look
you.
at that.
Another one from the Hamiltons that goes into the
Well, that came from
wall of
Idaho.
memories.
That came from
I found
Idaho.
these by the Magic Mesa as well. I didn't expect to come across all of this today. This is amazing. This is a huge chunk of pottery. Look at all of this stacked.
That's pretty
up.
cool.
Yeah, some of this has iridium in it. When it's formed
Is that
like
what
this,
it is?
Some of it can have iridium in it, yeah. It makes the crystals form like this. We'd have to bring like a spectral analyzer in.
Oh man.
But look at these arrowheads, man. Yeah, look at the bottom of that. Some of the way that these are actually chipped
He's got the wire for it too.
can, you can tell what date they are by the way that they're chipped at the bottom.
I love it.
History. You need to grab the monster.
Look at this one.
Oh, he's got them in there. That's Model A?
No, I think a Model
T?
T or something.
Wow.
Look at that. That's a piece of a spear. This is a piece of a spear.
It's in the back of your truck.
A lot of spears around here. Oh, so Adam, you don't believe that those are... So I just found one the other day. Not, you know, chunk.
I want to see because I don't think if they're spears,
That they would still be intact?
not that they would still be intact. I've never heard of anyone here finding a spear.
Oh, there you go. There's another piece.
Stand right here. Hey, all this credit goes towards my dad.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he's going to put out a... He'll put out
What's your dad's name?
Jackie Hamilton.
Jackie. Thank you,
We can
sir.
take a we'll get pictures of the spears that you
And I
found
want
here,
it all to go in his
and then
honor.
we can find out where they come from.
Wow, I haven't seen one like that.
Wow, that's a nice one, dude.
Because
even got monster cable.
Awesome.
Here,
Killer.
you get to hold it just so you know when I'm talking about the monster.
oddly enough,
Usually I
there's
don't
a,
even touch this stuff. This is so unreal.
Sold.
there's an AK guy that I know who does major Indian research.
It's just keep bringing it out.
Yeah, this
You
is
just
pretty,
keep-
this is an intense one. So yeah, again, so I showed you a little, but now look what you see. This is even better. That was glory.
This is insane.
What is this called? Impromptu? What is it called? What's the wording?
This is just like spontaneous, impromptu. Yeah.
Organically just flows.
Gravy.
Clark, this is
with
an
a drill?
unbelievable little collection of stuff. I mean, this pottery is insane.
Well, look at all the dots on some of those.
That's what I'm saying.
How
It's
they've done
insane.
shit, different things. And actually, you know what?
And this
Can
is
I
a
say
stone.
something?
This is a stone tool.
I heard you say you found a piece right there with a hole in it.
Yes, sir.
Right behind my dad's. This is no bullshit. Like 87, 88. Me and my girlfriend would walk, kicking around in the bushes. And a tree kind of like this, had a bunch of scrub all over it.
There's a piece of pottery hanging.
With a string through it?
I can't remember. We left it.
Yeah.
We went back to look for it.
Jeff told me a very similar story.
But the thing is, how could string last 150 years?
Because it's dry and high out here.
Well, or they had some kind of, I don't know what.
Same with the sword.
Again,
same with so many things that feel out of
somebody
time.
Might question
they
like
feel
how long
like
something could last outside. You know, who knows?
But do you want to get real weird with it? We're talking about a place that the government and secret programs studied dimensional time warps and portals and all kinds of weird stuff. So who knows?
Well, Bigelow had the place, so we know that. Right? Yeah. He had some kind of warp mind.
Hey, the 3 women that just came here this weekend, Clark, in the
this is crazy, man.
Everything. This is all yours.
Wow, thank you so much.
I'll
this
donate this to the
I'm gonna.
As long as you just, whenever you do your YouTube thing, honor Jack Hamilton.
He's doing it right now.
I will. Jack Hamilton.
Oh, we're on YouTube now?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Right now.
Crap.
I'll dedicate this video in memory to Jack Hamilton for donating this to the research of Mount Wilson Ranch.
Now this is like a geo.
Yeah, that totally is a geo.
And he found that up here too.
Ooh, look at this.
Oh, that's a wine cup. or a bottle.
So I'm no expert, but if these coax connectors were found around here, I'd like to be led to that site. You know? To get the Austin kid up here to talk about his sighting that he's seen. She should have came too.
Yeah, because she said she seen him by the windmill.
If she seen him, she should have
down
came
by
up
the
too.
windmill on the road coming up.
Behind the windmill and the trees. Apparition.
On the road that leads up to the ranch down there?
Because I told Doug Shearer, I said, hey, dude. I said, these folks want to really talk to you. You know about the shaman Indian up here. He goes, well, what's up? I said, I explained to him. And her husband says she's nuts. but I told him, I said, hey, dude, don't put it past her because she ain't the only one I've heard this from. So
and it's not like there isn't ample evidence of it being possible.
Yeah.
It's not like we don't have it laid out all over the table right now, so.
Man, I should have these when I'm working out there.
Right? All day long, every day.
Are we going up?
We're going up to see the shaman. He's got the Dai and goggles.
You haven't seen him, have you?
I never have, no.
I want to see him. So somebody give me something what I'm looking for. Do I just get to tell you what it is?
Just tell us all about it.
Pay attention to your intuition.
I should probably leave the beer so it doesn't show.
Too late. Too late. Okay, we are walking up to the first sighting location of where the shaman was seen. And Bill, your name's Bill?
Yep.
Bill is wearing the Daisainan goggles, so we're gonna give him, he's gonna run pole position on seeing the shaman in the astral plane.
If I run like a scared little girl, you know what happened.
We'll know what happened, that's right. Interesting enough, this is where all the flakes and the different pieces of pottery and stuff were found.
This is where the water runs down. So wherever the camps are, this is the kind of stuff that runs down, and that's where you pick it up.
Comes all the way, down this washout. It almost acts like a natural sluice.
The place I was telling you about, when you dig it up, that's something that you know that's a camp. The camp's up above, if they're finding pieces in here.
All the way down the road.
Too many years that it's all floating down, but if you find a place and you dig it a little, like the other one I could show you up there with Clark and his dad Jack, that is definitively a camp.
Tell us where the shaman is, please. Show us the shaman.
The dog would know first.
No, this is probably right.
The dog would know first.
We are out here. What did you call this area, Jeff?
The chip zone.
The chip zone. We call it that because there's chips everywhere. Look at this little stump over here to your left, Adam.
Yeah, they've all
where we've been piling it up.
Yeah.
It's just everywhere.
It's just everywhere out here. Yeah.
Come on. Been told that you can see them in different places, right? Trees, anywhere we look, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just pay attention if you feel like anything's like probing into the back of your mind or your visualizations and stuff. We'll see if the shaman appears. Could be like a shadow or even just a strong feeling.
Dog barks?
the dog starts going nuts. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen him yet either.
That one's not clear? Translucent.
Jeff found a piece of a spearhead here in the forest before. So we are just looking around for more artifacts while we head up to where the first sighting of the shaman took place.
Just more obsidian. Which again, it's back to this style.
Where it's got the tiger striping.
Yes, this one's got real good tiger striping.
Oh yeah, hold that one up in the sun there. Yep. Right? It's the same glass.
Oh, that's Odie.
Yeah, your dog?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Other dog, Odie.
It's kind of like, yeah, I named my dog Diogi.
Exactly. Live find.
Live find, guys. Look at this. Huge chunk of pottery.
No doubt.
Look at that right there. I thought it was a piece of wood. This is pottery right here on Mount Wilson Ranch. Jeff, hold your hand out, sir.
Freshy.
Look at that. That's not wood.
Ooh,
right?
That's not wood.
That is not wood. That's pottery. Like, look at that.
Got it.
Look at the curve on that. Right, just right here, laying on the top of the ground. All in the chip zone, on the way to the shaman. Bill's feeling like he's got to go on a spirit journey. He just said, I don't know if I'm losing my mind, but I got to go on a walk alone. He's got the Dicyanin goggles on.
I think he's actually feeling it.
He is going to meet the shaman.
Good luck, Bill.
I got it.
Look at those cliff walls up behind him on the hill, on the mountain there. What's that?
Just stacked a couple rocks right there.
Just to mark it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we found the pottery right there in between the trees, right by the road. Let's let him go and we can keep looking on the ground here. Got one chunk of pottery. There's got to be so much more right here.
Why would they wind up in this homestead?
Like Bigelow, everyone, including all the way back
to the originals.
To the originals, which...
Oh, well, original, let's say white settlers.
And then beyond that, why is this a location?
The Indians, and then beyond that.
Older and older. Everywhere we go to these sites, we find those layers all exist. It's
out
wild.
of all these millions of acres of land.
They all happen right here.
Pretty wild.
Very wild. And look at that pottery. Where's that pottery? You got so much stuff we can find every time. Look at that. Real. It's real. It's so wild. So this is the remaining foundation of where this first sighting of the shaman occurred. That's how the story goes?
That's how the story goes. Apparently the gentleman was staying here, a professor, in this building. And upon exiting through the front door, he was standing somewhere in this.
Just right here among him, or like right out here at the front door.
I don't know where Bill went. It was, the glasses were messing with him because he goes, I don't know what it is, but every time I stop, watch it.
So he walked right out here.
Yeah, me too. That's what I just said to him. I said,
So as the story goes, the first sighting of the ghost of the shaman was right here, where a professor or archaeologist stepped out of the door of what used to be a house here when they were doing research up on Mount Wilson, excavating archaeological artifacts and things. And supposedly he stepped out this front door, looked out here, and the shaman, an apparition, was standing outside the door. And ever since then, this apparition has been seen numerous times. Hey Odie, where's the shaman?
Adam, Bill just like went dark off that way.
Did he just go up into the woods with the glasses on? Oh my gosh. Bill's kind of having an interesting psychological reaction occurring wearing these dicyanin goggles. He says every time he tries to stop walking, he feels like he can't stop walking, and so he just keeps going. And now he is wearing the goggles and he's wandered off into the woods somewhere, trying to find the shaman. We're looking for Bill. I wasn't looking for Bill there, I'm looking for artifacts, but we can't find Bill. He has the goggles on. He ran off into the woods. What's going on?
So I caught up to Bill. And he comes up and he's like got his hands up like this and he takes them back down. And he's like, I keep seeing something green out of the corner of my eye. And every time I stop moving, I feel like I gotta go after it. So we're standing there, and he's like, I gotta go over here real quick. So I'm like, you good? And he's like, what did it feel like? Were you scared when you had your experience in the bunkhouse? And I was like, well, yeah, it scared me. Something I never felt before. And he's like, but what did it feel like? I don't know. I can't describe it. He's like, oh, I got it.
So he's running around like a homing pigeon trying to chase. He's chasing shadows with the dicyanin goggles on.
Yeah, with the goggles on. He darted off pretty quick too. Let's go keep an eye on him.
Odie, go find Bill.
And we're at the shaman sighting cabin. I mean, he's gone. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. We'll see what he finds. Maybe he wanders up here and actually discovers something we didn't know.
Sweet smell of thyme.
Right here?
Yeah, just very strong.
Look at, yeah, I can smell that too. It hit me like a wall, and then I looked down and here's a piece of an arrowhead with the flaking on the side. Look at that.
Yeah, definitely.
You found him?
Bill has been found.
We found Bill.
The mini teepees were set up, the center teepee, all mid teepees all around it.
Really? You're saying there was a camp up here?
Yeah, at one point they would do the Boy Scouts, and they would set up a main teepee camp in the middle here, and
Gotcha.
all little campings around it.
Interesting. There's just flakes everywhere.
I'm like, well, come over here in the shade and talk about it. He's like, no, I got to keep going. So, there he goes.
You asked him, he said, I can't explain it. He's got to keep going.
Yeah.
And he just like dipped up. There he goes.
Bill, don't forget it's almost 100 out today.
We need to put an orange vest on him.
It's like Coyote and Roadrunner. Goodness, yeah. Let's wait in the shade for him to circle back, because he's going AWOL right now. Odie found him, brought him back.
What did he find is the question.
What did he find? Did you find the shaman on your spirit journey?
I wish I could tell you I did.
Can you tell me what you were experiencing there? That was interesting.
Well, there's something more here. It's the only thing I can tell you that I feel. And there's something about that right there. There's a bunch of ridges. You know where Devlin is?
Mm-hmm.
There's something over there.
Up on the, right on that ridge that's lit up right there, right?
Over on
the
the
other
backside.
side, right?
I kept being drugged that way, and I know that way, but it's way too far for all of us to go right now.
Interesting. Well, there's a lot up there, right?
There's a lot up there.
That I ran into that I didn't even know.
Really?
You know the fence right up here? I think there's some significance to that too. I don't know who put it up.
What was it?
There's a fence up here that I didn't know was there.
Oh.
There's a little fence line that runs up.
Yeah,
there.
those fences make no. There's a lot of on.
I mean, there's no rhyme or reason why.
Probably from the original stead, if it would be called.
When they would
Possibly.
Yeah, they just don't.
From pin to pin or whatever.
She
started following me. She was right over there.
We told her. We said, "Go keep Bill safe. Go find
well,
Bill."
she did. She came to find me. She don't even know me.
No.
That's how she operates. Other dog operates.
So I'm back home now. It's been such an amazing expedition going up there to Mount Wilson Ranch, having all the experiences that we've had out there. I want to go back up and do more looking up in the sky, UFO watching, exploring some of those mysteries. I want to get the Disney record player figured out and working so that we can hear that Apollo 11 lunar landing recording and actually get a load of that and see what that's all about. We have the Masonic sword that we need to still open up and investigate, but I'm going back up to Mount Wilson already again tomorrow, and I'm going to meet James Keenan up there. We're going to be doing ground penetrating radar and hitting a lot of these ancient locations or rumored sites where there could be petroglyphs, pictographs, there could be caves, there could be artifacts. Who knows what could be up there, because it's been part of a whole archaeological study in the past that actually culminated to the first encounters with this paranormal entity that's been nicknamed the shaman figure up there, as well as these extraterrestrial encounters that I've heard about, as well as going up to the top of Mount Wilson itself to see where it's been leveled off and what could have been going on back in the day when Jacques Vallée and Bob Bigelow and those guys were here doing all that research. So much to do. Make sure and subscribe and turn on notifications, you guys. The next upload, I'm going to be putting all of this trip up to Mount Wilson together into a full-length documentary that's going to be uploaded on Saturday night. So stay tuned for that. And while you're watching this, keep in mind that I'm right now up at Mount Wilson with James Keenan doing paranormal investigating, UFO watching, cave exploring, looking for ancient artifacts, and doing advanced ground penetrating radar. So stay tuned, guys, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.